is silent, gradual, and often ignored, yet it's one of the biggest threats to your health as you age. Every year after the age of 40, begins to lose muscle mass at a steady pace. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, this loss accelerates, stripping away not only your strength but also your independence, energy, and vitality. This condition has a name: sarcopenia. It's far more common than most people realize. Millions are searching for solutions. They hear about collagen, they hear about bone broth, told it is the golden ticket to staying strong. But here's the truth: while bone broth does have benefits for gut health and connective tissue, it is not the powerhouse food you need if your goal is to rebuild muscle and protect yourself from the devastating effects of sarcopenia. In fact, alone might leave you weaker than before because it lacks the very building blocks your muscles are crying out for. Designed to survive through adaptation, and one of the clearest adaptations it makes as we get older is a shift in muscle metabolism. Your body becomes less sensitive to protein, which means the same amount of protein that worked for you at 25 is no longer enough at 55. This is why you can eat what you think is healthy, yet still watch your muscle mass shrink year by year. This is where the food I'm going to reveal later makes all the difference. It doesn't just provide protein, the exact amino acid triggers your body needs to switch muscle growth back on. Think about what muscle really represents. It's not just about appearance or looking toned. Muscle is metabolic currency. It dictates how strong your bones are, how fast your metabolism runs, how well you balance, and your immune system is. Lose muscle and you lose protection. Keep muscle and you preserve vitality. This is why sarcopenia isn't just a buzzword, it's a silent thief that robs you of your future. Too often people wait until it's too late. Weakness when climbing stairs, fatigue when carrying groceries, or stiffness getting out of a chair, these are not just inconveniences, these are red flags. Is a sign that muscle loss is advancing, and unless it's addressed, it will only get worse. The solution is not another fad drink, another supplement pushed with glossy marketing, but something much more powerful and accessible. There exists a food that directly targets the root cause of muscle decline. It delivers the precise nutrients your body requires to rebuild, repair, and protect muscle tissue naturally. It's not about drinking broth for collagen, it's about giving your body what it truly craves for muscle strength and resilience. You'll understand why bone broth, while comforting, falls short. More importantly, know exactly which food to start adding into your diet if you want to stop sarcopenia in its tracks and preserve the strength you need to live fully, move freely, and age gracefully. To understand why this food is so critical, first understand what sarcopenia is and why it's one of the most dangerous conditions most people have never even heard of. Sarcopenia is the medical term for age-related muscle loss. It begins slowly, often unnoticed, but its effects compound over time. After the age of 40, adult loses about 1% of their muscle mass every year. By 70, some people will have lost over 25% of their total muscle. Not just a number, it is the difference between independence and dependence, between walking confidently and relying on assistance. Muscle is more than tissue, it is a survival tool. Every strand of muscle supports your bones, cushions your joints, stabilizes your posture, gives you the ability to perform daily activities without struggle. When sarcopenia sets in, these essential functions begin to erode. The body weakens, become fragile, and falls become not just possible but likely. Falls are the leading cause of fractures and hospitalizations in older adults. Nearly every severe fall is significant muscle loss, but sarcopenia doesn't stop at physical weakness. It seeps into metabolism and immunity. Tissue is the body's largest reservoir of amino acids. These amino acids are critical for repairing cells, supporting immune function, producing enzymes and hormones. When muscle mass dwindles, so does the body's ability to fight infections, recover from illness, and regulate energy efficiently. Many older adults find themselves constantly fatigued, battling low energy, or struggling with slow recovery. Overlooked aspects of sarcopenia is its connection to weight gain. As muscle decreases, metabolism slows. A slower metabolism means the same meals that once maintained weight now contribute to fat storage. This combination, less muscle, more fat, is a dangerous cycle. The risk of diabetes, heart disease, and inflammation accelerating the aging process from the inside out. The tragedy is that many dismiss these symptoms as just getting older. They assume it's normal to feel weaker, slower, or more tired with each passing year. But sarcopenia is not inevitable. It is preventable and in many cases reversible. The key lies in targeted nutrition and strategic lifestyle choices. Bone broth, while nourishing for the gut and joints, lacks the complete amino acid profile required to directly combat sarcopenia. It provides collagen, beneficial for connective tissue, but it does not activate the powerful signal your muscles need to initiate protein synthesis. Without that signal, cannot rebuild, no matter how much collagen you drink. The good news is that certain foods contain this exact trigger. Rich in leucine and other essential amino acids, they directly stimulate the mTOR pathway, the molecular switch that turns muscle growth back on. When you eat these foods consistently, you send a clear message to your body: build, repair, and protect muscle. This is how you can fight back against sarcopenia and win. Sarcopenia matters because muscle is not optional, it is essential. It determines how long you stay independent, how strong you feel in your daily life, resilient your body remains in the face of stress, illness, or injury. You see sarcopenia for what it is, a condition that steals vitality. You'll realize that fighting it is not just about looking good, it's about safeguarding your future. Bone broth has gained massive popularity in the health world. It's praised for healing the gut, nourishing the skin, and supporting joint health. And while those claims do have some truth, here's the critical issue: bone broth is not the muscle-building powerhouse people think it is. If you're relying on it to fight sarcopenia, you're aiming at the wrong target. The biggest misunderstanding comes from confusing collagen with muscle protein. Collagen is excellent for your connective tissue, tendons, ligaments, and even the skin. But collagen is an incomplete protein. Key essential amino acids, particularly leucine, which is the most powerful trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Without leucine, on and switch, they need to grow and repair. It's like having all the building materials for a house but no construction crew to put them together. Many people assume that since collagen is a protein, will automatically help with muscle. That's not how the body works. Different proteins serve different purposes. Collagen supports elasticity and repair of connective structures. Protein requires a completely different set of amino acids, especially branched-chain amino acids like leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Doesn't deliver them in sufficient amounts, which is why drinking cup after cup of broth will not stop muscle loss. Issue with bone broth is the variability in its nutritional content. Not all broths are made the same. Depending on how it's prepared, some contain very little protein at all, sometimes as low as 5 to 10 grams per serving, and often missing key amino acids entirely. You could be drinking what you think is a high-protein health drink, but in reality, it's mostly just flavored water with trace minerals. It may warm you, comfort you, and even soothe your digestive system, but it will not stop sarcopenia. This is why so many people feel disappointed. They follow the health trends, spend hours simmering bones, or spend money buying expensive bone broth powders and ready-to-drink cartons, yet they still feel weak, still lose strength, and still notice their muscles shrinking year by year. The marketing is powerful, but the science is clear. Bone broth is not enough. Here's the key point. Doesn't just need protein, it needs the right protein. If muscle preservation were as simple as drinking collagen, sarcopenia is one of the most widespread age-related conditions. The truth is, your muscles require a very specific signal to maintain themselves. Cannot provide that signal. So, yes, bone broth can still be part of a healthy diet. It supports your gut lining, helps with skin elasticity, minerals like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus. But if your goal is to stay strong, avoid frailty, and actively rebuild muscle, is not the weapon you need in your arsenal. It's like trying to fix a car engine with duct tape. Wrong tool, wrong outcome. If you want to fight sarcopenia, you must stop putting blind faith in collagen drinks and start focusing on the nutrients that directly stimulate muscle growth. Food solution comes in, something far more effective, far more powerful, and backed by strong science. Now let's get to the game, changing truth. Food that truly builds muscle and fights sarcopenia isn't bone broth, it's high-quality animal protein, especially eggs, fish, and lean red meat, standing out as the single most powerful food for muscle preservation. Why eggs? Because they are nature's perfect protein. Every egg contains all 9 essential amino acids in the exact ratio your body needs. Makes eggs truly superior is their high leucine content, the amino acid that flips the switch for muscle protein synthesis. 1 to 2 eggs provide enough leucine to trigger this powerful pathway, something bone broth could never do, no matter how much you drink. When you eat an egg, you're not just getting protein, you're getting a full spectrum of nutrients designed to support life itself. Eggs are rich in choline, which supports brain health, which enhances muscle strength, and B vitamins, which drive energy production. Together, these nutrients work synergistically, the tools to grow and your metabolism the fuel to stay active. But eggs are just one part of the muscle preserving equation. Fish, salmon and sardines provide not only high-quality protein but also omega-3 fatty acids, play a critical role in reducing inflammation and improving muscle protein synthesis in older adults. This means that eating fish doesn't just build muscle, it helps your body use protein more effectively, reversing the resistance that comes with aging. So plays an important role. It provides heme, iron, zinc, and creatine, all of which directly impact strength, energy, and muscle recovery. For someone battling sarcopenia, these nutrients are not luxuries, they're essentials. Red meat has been unfairly demonized, but when consumed in moderate amounts, potent tools for preserving vitality. The critical point is this: the fight against sarcopenia requires foods that activate muscle building at the cellular level. This means prioritizing foods with high leucine content. Shows that older adults need more protein per meal than younger people just to maintain the same response. For example, a 25-year-old might maintain muscle with 20 grams of protein at a meal. A 60-year-old may need closer to 30-40 grams to achieve the same effect. This is why choosing powerful protein foods is essential. You need to give your muscles a clear, undeniable signal. Eggs, fish, and lean meat accomplish this. They are dense and efficient sources of protein. Unlike bone broth, which only provides collagen and trace amounts of amino acids, these foods actually rebuild muscle fibers, repair tissue, and reverse the decline of sarcopenia. Here's the empowering truth: you are not powerless against muscle loss. By simply adding the right foods into your daily routine, you can restore strength, energy, and resilience. Even if you've already noticed signs of sarcopenia, is an opportunity to either feed decline or feed strength. When you choose the foods that truly support muscle, you take control of your future. This is why eggs, meat, not bone broth, should be at the foundation of your muscle-preserving diet. They are not trendy, they are timeless. They work because they align with the biology of your body. They give your muscles what they need, when they need it. And when you make them a consistent part of your nutrition, you can fight back against sarcopenia and win. Now that you know the truth, that eggs, fish are the real weapons against sarcopenia, the next step is just as critical. How do you actually use them in your daily life? To just eat more protein. To truly rebuild muscle and stop sarcopenia, you must learn to eat strategically. This means timing, portion, all matter. The first key principle is protein distribution. Research shows that your body responds best when you spread your protein intake evenly across meals. Large serving of protein at dinner and very little during the day won't stimulate muscle growth effectively. Instead, 25-40 grams of high-quality protein in each meal. This ensures that your muscles receive a steady, consistent signal to repair and grow throughout the day. this look like in practice? Start your morning with eggs. Just 2 to 3 whole eggs provide a perfect foundation of leucine and complete amino acids. Sauteed vegetables or avocado for extra nutrients and healthy fats. This not only fuels your day, but also begins the process of muscle stimulation early. Needs it most. At lunch, focus on fish. Salmon, sardines, or even tuna provide powerful omega-3s alongside muscle, supporting protein. Salmon fillet over leafy greens, drizzled with olive oil, delivers protein, anti-inflammatory fats, and micronutrients in one simple plate. This combination not only feeds your muscles, but also protects them from inflammation, which often accelerates sarcopenia. For dinner, poultry should take center stage. A modest portion, around 4 to 6 ounces, provides enough protein to trigger muscle synthesis while also supplying iron, zinc, and creatine for strength and recovery. Pair your meat with fiber-rich vegetables to support digestion and maintain blood sugar balance. Snacks are another opportunity to reinforce muscle health. Hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, or cottage cheese deliver compact protein without excess calories. These foods are especially useful if you're trying to keep your metabolism active and your muscles nourished between meals. Hydration also plays a role. 75% water and dehydration reduces muscle performance and repair. So while focusing on protein-rich foods, don't neglect water intake. Teas and mineral water can also help maintain electrolyte balance, which supports muscle function. But here's where most people go wrong. They eat these foods inconsistently. They'll have eggs once a week, fish once in a while, or red meat only occasionally, while spending the rest of their diet on low-protein or incomplete protein foods. Consistency is the key. If you want to fight sarcopenia, these foods must be staples, not afterthoughts. Every meal should be seen as an opportunity to signal your muscles to stay strong. Important tip is to pair protein with resistance training. Food alone is powerful. When combined with movement, especially strength training, the results multiply. Lifting weights, doing bodyweight exercises, even resistance bands activate your muscles. When you then feed them with leucine-rich foods, the response is much stronger. It's like lighting a fire and then adding fuel. So if you want to incorporate these foods into your life effectively, build a rhythm: eggs in the morning, protein midday, red meat or poultry in the evening, and protein-based snacks as needed. Layer this with consistent strength training and proper hydration, and you'll have a strategy that not only prevents muscle decline, but actively rebuilds strength every single day. While nutrition is the cornerstone of fighting sarcopenia, lifestyle choices determine whether your progress is accelerated or undermined. The truth is, you can eat all the right foods, but if your lifestyle works against you, your results will always fall short. To truly rebuild and protect your muscles, you need a holistic approach. The first and most important lifestyle factor is resistance training. Muscle grows when it is challenged. If you're not sending a physical signal to your muscles, your body has no reason to hold on to them, no matter how much protein you eat. This doesn't mean you need to spend hours in the gym. Simple strength building exercises like squats, push-up resistance bands, or light weightlifting done consistently can dramatically improve muscle mass and strength. The key is progressive overload, gradually increasing resistance so your muscles adapt and grow stronger. The second factor is sleep. Repair doesn't happen while you're awake, it happens while you sleep. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, powerful muscle preserving and fat burning hormones. Without enough quality sleep, muscle recovery slows, sarcopenia accelerates, and fatigue worsens. There's 709 hours of uninterrupted sleep in a dark, cool environment to optimize hormone release and muscle repair. Next, pay attention to stress management. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that breaks down muscle tissue and promotes fat storage. Levels not only sabotage your muscle growth, but also weaken your immune system and energy. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, walking in nature, simply unplugging from screens can help reset your nervous system and keep cortisol in check. Another overlooked factor is micronutrient support. While protein is essential, also require vitamins and minerals to function properly. Magnesium supports muscle relaxation and energy production. enhances muscle strength and coordination. Zinc aids in tissue repair and hormone balance. Without these nutrients, protein-rich diet will not reach its full potential. This is why eating a wide variety of vegetables alongside your protein is critical. They provide the co-factors that help your muscles use protein efficiently. Hydration deserves another mention here as well. Muscles function like sponges. They contract and relax effectively only when hydrated. Dehydration leads to stiffness and cramps, all of which increase the risk of injury. Water consistently throughout the day is a simple yet powerful way to keep muscles functioning optimally. Finally, consistency is the greatest weapon against sarcopenia. It's not about quick fixes or temporary diets. Muscle preservation is a lifelong commitment. Every meal, every workout, every night of good sleep is an investment in your future. When you make these habits part of your lifestyle, prevent sarcopenia, you create a foundation for long-term vitality, strength, and independence. So here's the final message. In bone broth alone, it may comfort your joints, but it won't save your muscles. Instead, focus on foods rich in leucine, like eggs, fish, meats, and combine them with strength training, quality sleep, stress control, and proper hydration. These simple, consistent steps are how you build a shield against sarcopenia and ensure that, as you age, you remain strong, resilient, and full of life.